Welcome into the Pride in Demorest, Georgia for softball action live from the WAC between the visiting Emory Eagles and your Piedmont Lions. Once again, welcome into the booth, everybody. Eric Edmondson here with you for a beautiful day of softball, a beautiful doubleheader on action between two in-state rivals for both the Lions and the Eagles. Both these squads know each other well. In fact, every sport on the Piedmont campus knows Emory quite well, and what a better day for it. No clouds in the sky, a blue tapestry outlays us here in the mountains of northeast Georgia as Emory looks to go up against Megan Steinmeier for the Lions. They'll send this lineup to do it. Ashley Chu, Addison Huang, Ella Hoyle, Ellie Zur, Sonia Klein, Lillian Ware, Megan Sutton, and Shivani Nanjia, as well as Abby Wiley. So stepping into the left-handed batter's box is Ashley Chu to face off against Megan Steinmeier. And the first pitch of the afternoon is a strike. Chu comes into this one second on the team in batting average, a .413 average for her, as she takes strike two on the outer edge from home plate umpire. A little bit of a wide zone early on. Chu, a .453 OBP. 0-2. Just a tap maybe upstairs rather than outside. Looked like it caught the same plane as the previous two pitches, but maybe a bit too tall for the home plate umpire. 1-2, and it's a little bit high and tight. And no, Chu did not go around on that one. Infield in here. Cintron and Chronic creeping in heavily, and Cintron's going to grab it right near the line. Skip, hop, throw, and Lowry hangs onto the bag, and there is one away. That'll send up Addison Huang to the plate. Good time to tell you about the defense here for the Lions. It'll be left to right in the infield, Cintron, Speaks, Chronic, and Lowry. And left to right in the outfield, it's Votava, Nerva, and Peretti. And in harness with Megan Steinmeier is Jordan Green, as Green catches strike number one to Addison Huang. A 1 stays a little bit upstairs, and it's 1-1 now. 63 degrees at game time, so a little bit on the chillier side than what we've experienced in the past couple days as that one hits off the railing. That leads to lacrosse field. We'll be in action there later this evening against Huntington, so make sure you stay tuned on the feed for that one. It's going to be a quick turnaround after game two of this doubleheader set. 1-2, just a bit too tall and a good eye by Addison Huang. And she swings and misses for Steinmeier's first strikeout of the day. And looking at the stat breakdown between both squads, that strikeout category is really where the Lions have the edge. 100 and now 15 strikeouts to the 96 collected by the Eagles staff. Meanwhile, Eagles leading every other category: average, OBP, slug, and home runs. Here's Ella Hoyle, and you got to watch out for her. A .582 slug as she takes strike one. 3 home runs for Hoyle. She doesn't lead the team in round trippers. That'd be Ellie Zur. We'll see her. Well, hopefully we see her in the top half of the second inning as she's in the on-deck circle right now. 0-1, make it 0-2. A very patient trip here by Emory, taking a lot of called strikes, feeling out the strike zone from the home plate umpire here in this first inning. Not very aggressive, just a couple swings for them. One of them led into a ground out, and that one rung her up. So down looking on 3 straight is Ella Hoyle, and Emory is out of luck here in the top half of the first, and the head coach for Emory wants to have a discussion with the home plate umpire saying, come on now, that's in the left-handed batter's box. But that's the zone he's established, and we take it to the bottom half of the first where the Lions look to break the seal on this one on a midday matchup between Emory and Piedmont. Keep it right here. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. Leading off here for the Lions, it'll be Maddie Speaks. A little bit of a change in the lineup here. As Speaks takes strike one, usually you would have Mandy Peretti leading off, but Speaks taking off that role. They two switch spots. Infield comes in here for Emory. That one's hitting to right field. Over is Wiley, and she'll make the grab. 2 pitches and 1 out for Georgia Pineda. Comes in with a 2.80 ERA, just 10 innings pitched for Pineda. 2-0 on the season.
Number 7, Mandy Peretti.
I'll bring out Mandy Peretti. Mandy Peretti, the team leader in home runs for the Lions, just sitting at 4, and a lot of them are inside the park home runs. Pineda fires upstairs, and it'll miss. 1-0. Corner still in here for Emory. 1-0 pitch on the way, and it's a strike called on the outer half. Tell you about the infield defense and outfield defense, as a matter of fact, for Emory. It's Sutton, Klein, Nanjia, and Hoyle across the infield left to right. In the outfield, it's Chu, Kwong, and Wiley. As that is a called strike number 2 across the outer half. In harness with Pineda this afternoon is Ware behind the plate. A ball and 2 strikes as Pineda fires, and this one's sent into the air. Taking a first step back now, moving in a little bit here is Kwong, and she will make the grab, and there are 2 away. That'll bring up Jasmine Lowry, and joining the broadcast with us this afternoon is Mr. Grant Prather. Grant.
Howdy, folks.
How you doing?
Got out of Pleasures class a little bit late, but we're here. We're here.
Hey, you can't miss a pleasure class. You cannot do that.
That's a test, too.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well, how you think you did?
Oh, well, it was a book exam, multiple choice. It wasn't the greatest, I'll say that.
This is out towards right center field. Well hit, but it's through the mitt of Wiley. It's going to be extra bases here for Lowry. And Jasmine Lowry once again slides in safely at third base. A 2-out magic here for the Lions. That is Lowry's 6th double of the year. That's team leading. She has found a big home in that right center field gap, and that one just disappeared over the tips of Wiley's mitten right.
At plate number 26, Megan Steinmeier.
And yeah, we're going to have time here. Leah Smith was originally in the lineup as the DP, but of course, we like to have a little bit of trickery with the lineup, and it'll be Megan Steinmeier with a chance to help her own case before she takes a trip back out to the circle. Steinmeier batting .381 this season with identical slugging and OBP, .444. Looking to add to that RBI total, currently sitting at 15. Pineda checks the wrist. Now wheels back and fires, and it misses upstairs. Hopping out of the crouch to get that one was Ware, just to make sure it didn't skip to the backstop. .1-0 pitch. This one on the ground. Up with it is Klein. Klein fires across the diamond to Hoyle at first base. And the 2-out threat for the Lions is over. Lowry stranded at third. We go to the top half of the second where Steinmeier looks to keep the Eagles' bats quiet. Keep it right here because you're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 after a 1-2-3 top half of the first by Steinmeier. You got to watch out for this character at the plate, Ellie Zur, a 685 slug, and here she pops it up right on the cut of the infield-outfield grass, and there's one away. You know, I didn't even get a chance to sing her praises. One pitch, and she's heading back to the dugout, but again, a 685 slug for her. An absolute threat, and again, she leads Emory with bombs. 7 home runs for her.
35 ribbies to boot, too. That's most in the team by 7.
Sonia Klein stands in. Look at this lineup here, 24-6 record. Now, I've got to make sure this is correct here for a second before I say anything foolish here.
As of April 12th is what it says.
That's a big swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. I'll bring up that point here in just a second, folks. I just want to make sure I'm correct. 0-2 on the way to Klein, and yeah, she'll grab a chair, and that's the second strikeout for Steinmeier.
I'm surprised she swung. That was way outside. It looked like kind of a waste pitch from Steinmeier, but got her to swing at it.
Well, then Ware's looking to bunt, and she'll have to turn back around. Foul ball and strike 1 on the Emory backstop. 0-1 pitch is rolled foul so quickly, 0-2. It's been a healthy mix here for Emory. They were very patient here in the top half of the inning, and now they're very, very aggressive here in their own top half of the second. It seems like they're trying to switch the approach for every 9 batters, as that's a chopper down the third base line, and thankfully a foul ball. As I don't know if anyone was going to be able to get that one before Votava could race over and collect it in the corner. So Steinmeier gets the ball back before she steps foot in the circle, plants the right foot on the third base side of the rubber, kicks, fires 0-2, misses high and away. Not a bad idea for a waste pitch upstairs. Wind lazily blowing out towards left center as the 1-2 pitch misses again high. So that'll move it to an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Ware.
Looks like 2 setup pitches getting the eyes high. Expect something low here.
Let's see what Steinmeier's cooking. Tried for a 3rd straight ball upstairs and getting no swings from Lillian. That'll fill up the count here. Megan Sutton is in the on-deck circle. 3-2. Driven out towards left center field. Votava settling under it. Makes the grab, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down here for Steinmeier as we travel to the bottom of the second. Lions look to put something on the board. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.
At the plate for the Lions, number 11, Hannah Centron.
Hannah Centron set to lead it off here for the Lions against Pineda. Pineda checks the forearm, kicks, fires, and way a little bit too high. Gonna need a step ladder to get that one from the top shelf, but Centron doesn't offer at it smartly. And it'll be a 1-0. Low for ball 2. Cintron takes a little time before digging back into the right-handed batter's box, and Pineda nods in agreement from her coach on the sideline in the dugout. This one's sent into right center field, drop in by Cintron. Base hit for her, and that puts the Lions with a runner on.
This bottom of the lineup is a great place to score some runs, especially with a lefty in the circle as well. You got a lot of righties in this duo, obviously righty, righty, righty in the top three, so that's a favorable matchup. And Cintron, good way to just punch it into that gap in between right center.
Here's Maddie Chronic. Maddie Chronic on the season, 304 batting average for her. As that one's upstairs, bunting was Chronic. Bunt is laid down again. They're going to say she went back in with a slide as Cintron. As that throw back over to second was a little bit ugly. Nangia unable to hang on to that one, but thankfully for Emory, Wiley in left or right field rather was right behind her to back it up. Saves an error from the catcher Ware. So runner on, nobody out here to lead off this inning. And a 1-1 count here on Chronic. She's bunting again, and they're going to play for the one. They pick up the ball, and thankfully for Emory, hanging on to that high throw from Ware is Nangia. Advancing to second base on the sacrifice is Cintron. So a runner in scoring position here for the Lions, and that'll bring up Jordan Green.
Yeah, luckily Nangia was there, and second baseman obviously not as tall as the first baseman, so lucky that she held on to that one. That was about 3 inches from getting above her glove.
Yeah, and any error this Piedmont squad is going to capitalize on. They're a very, very fast team, and they like to run, and they're not afraid to run.
You don't let them get runners on base. That's where they'll kill you.
That one misses low. Cintron stays put at second despite a bunt attempt there from Jordan Green. One-0. High. Ball two. Pineda just really been unable to find the strike zone in this ball game to this point. Not a lot of called strikes in her favor. So good hitters count here for Green. Let's see what she gets on the 2-0 as Pineda rocks back and fires, and that one well upstairs. Hopping out of the crouch to save that one from going against the chain link was Ware, and staying put at second base is Cintron. .3-0, here it is. Ball four. So a one-out walk puts runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Kennedy Votava, who also is not shy to take a walk. In fact, Votava and Nerva back-to-back, we've talked about it all season long. They're real patient at the plate.
You give opposing starters fits. You work those 5-6 pitch ABs, and then even if you get on base, that's just demoralizing. You work the pitch count, and you also get a late base runner in the bottom of the order.
Foul ball. Good call by the home plate umpire.
Wait, are you talking about catcher or no? Kennedy. No, that's not. No, it's not very good. The catcher is here. You know what? The catcher probably did not like it.
Corners in. 0-1. I'll even up the count 1-1. The Lions just one out here. They got some things to work with, but you would love to get that runner home sitting at second base.
And Votava can hit it hard, too, so that infield playing in might help her cause if she tries to get one in between the first and second base gap or the third and short gap.
1-1 pitch as that one is a tipped strike into the mitt. Squaring to bunt there was Votava. Piedmont comes in this game 22-14 overall, 10-4 in the CCS conference. While Emory 24-6 as that's a chopper on the ground, and it kicks out the heel of the shortstop Klein. Runner's going to come home, and the Lions are up 1-0.
And there you go. Infield playing in. That shortstop didn't have enough time to get her glove up in time, took a weird hop off the dirt. It's an easy run.
It'll be an RBI for Kennedy Votava, and that'll bring up Hartley Nerva.
Now batting number 10, Hartley Nerva.
Was there air on that play? Was there outfield?
He's chasing
What about the outfield? She dropped the ball.
Did you get those from Joe?
No, because it didn't result in anything additional.
Joe brought everybody candy.
I wasn't even watching that.
That one called a ball, and that's going to force Ware to go out there and have a conversation with Pineda.
Yeah, a lot of her pitches are really high or outside. Like you said, she's having trouble locating, and with 2 runners on, you got to make sure she's in her zone, especially if you're getting no hit in the other end.
So Lions have a big opportunity here to shut some things down. Let's see if they can get an early lead and really create some distance between themselves and Emory. It's not been a historically successful series for Piedmont. 12-34 against the Eagles and just 5-12 here at the WAC. Checking the forearm. Here's Pineda getting the sign. Here comes the 1-0, and Nervo watches upstairs 2-0. Top of the lineup looming here for Piedmont as Maddie Speaks awaits next. Should Nerva get out on a single out or get a base hit or a walk? Strike called after the bunt. So 2 balls and 1 strike here on Hartley. Corners still hugging in for Emory. Not wanting to get beat by any sort of bunt. 2-1. Low in the dirt, blocked by Ware, but she didn't get a glove on it, and the throw down to third base is in time to catch Jordan Green sliding in. So a good throw and recovery by Ware, and a good tag as well by Sutton. Advancing to second on the play is the runner Votava. So Lions still have a runner in scoring position, but now just 2 outs, and a 3-1 count on Hartley Nerva. Pineda has the sign. 3-1. Big swing and a miss. And now that'll run it up full. Votava looking for a trip home. Got to get some help from Hartley Nerva. And this one's fouled on back. Thankfully, that didn't hit the plexiglass and do any more damage. Grant, how did that happen?
There's that thing's still hanging off, too. It's been here for a minute.
Yeah.
So that was last year, wasn't it? That happened,
No, not like this. No. That's new. The state it's in now is new.
Huh.
Now, it was broken last year. 3-2 is lined down the left field line. Again, it was broken last year, but the state it's in now with the plexiglass hanging and everything tilted back a little bit, that's new. I don't know how that happened.
I see what you're saying now. I get it.
Must have happened sometime in practice. Maybe somebody had to do a couple laps or a couple foul poles for it.
Ugh, nightmare. Nightmare word. Pole. Nightmare.
3-2. And called strike 3 at the top of the zone. So Pineda escapes a little bit of a jam here in the second inning, but not before the Lions jump on top. It's 1-0 as we head to the top half of the third. Megan Steinmeier back out of the circle. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.
You can't say they're bad.
Play number 7, Megan Sutton.
Steinmeier back out in the circle as that one paints the outer edge. Sorry, folks, having some off-mic NBA talk. Non-ball knower. How are the Wolves going to beat a Luka and LeBron-led Lakers squad? As this one's hit out towards center field. Settling under it is Hartley Nerva, and she's got that captured just like how the Lakers got the victory against the Wolves.
Ooh.
Already locked up.
Oh, I like that. I would even argue the finals, man. I would argue the finals. Which is funny because that ball was sent to center field, and, you know, center is, the Lakers are the center of the West, so there you go.
Big swing and a miss here from Shivani Nangia, second baseman for Emory. This one on the ground, Chopper out the middle, Speaks on the run, fires high to Lowry, and there is 2 away. Steinmeier's been very efficient here, about to face the minimum through 3. Or look to face the minimum through 3, I should clarify. As Abby Wiley strolls to the plate, right fielder for Emory. We've talked about her a good bit today, as that one is a ball. That one on the ground again. Another chance for Speaks. Speaks completes it, and it is the minimum face through 3 for Megan Steinmeier. We go to the top half, or the bottom half, excuse me, of the 3rd inning. Quick work. Lions up, looking to add. Watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.
No.
So we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It will be Maddie Speaks, Mandy Peretti, and Jasmine Lowry. And second time through the order, Emory's already thrown out a new pitcher. It's going to be Mackenzie Dufford. And she's got one heck of an ERA, Grant.
Yeah, she's their ace, you can tell. 11-2, 1.36 ERA, 72 innings pitched, and in those 72 innings, 50 strikeouts to 29 walks, 208 batting average against as well.
Well, a big swinging strike from Maddie Speaks. I wonder what the idea was for Pineda. Pineda came in only 10 innings pitched. That was her 5th appearance, so I wonder if they were just using her as some sort of pseudo-opener or just seeing how the stuff looked this afternoon. And to be frank, it was a little bit of everywhere for Pineda. Just could not find the strike zone. Did give up a run, albeit it was unearned in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. But here, quickly, the deployment of Dufford is working well as 0-2. Quickly on the leadoff batter, Maddie Speaks, as that one's popped out of play, and we'll try it again. Duford, excuse me, thank you. 0-2 pitch on the way, as that one's off the end of the bat, and Speaks stays alive.
A good 2-strike approach. Just stick the bat out, hope you hit it. If it's really, really not close, then you take. But if it's 2 strikes, you got to go anything close.
Yes. So 4. That's not my friend. You try to escape.
Good job by Speaks to lay off of that one. Was about to swing out in front and get on top of that ball, but it dipped below the knees for Ball number 1 as she looks to climb back into this count and get herself a little bit of an advantage. 1-2 pitch on the way as that one's on the hands, popped up just behind the dirt in the infield. And out to grab it is Nanjia. And there is one away. Here's Mandy Peretti.
Now batting number 7, Mandy Peretti.
At this rate, you're on pace to win.
Getting the sign from the sideline is Duford, who leans back and fires a first pitch strike. It was a good job by Ware to bring that back across the outer plane of the plate. Ware sent up a little bit further outside, but was able to clip the corner with the glove pulled back in. So 0-1 on Mandy Peretti. Big cut and a miss from that one. Make it 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike 3. So already Duford's come on and set down the Lions' top 2 batters. And here she'll face off against Jasmine Lowry, who was able to put one in the right center field gap with a triple back in the first inning. A 2-out triple, so still in play for some 2-out magic, the Lions are, but got to get it against this tough customer in Duford. Big cut and a miss. 0-1. So the Lions, early on, they were making a good bit of contact, but they weren't chasing a lot. They were finding what was near the zone, and they were putting in play here. Duford stuff, you can already tell there's a difference, Grant.
Yeah, you can tell she's attacking a lot more. That was the issue with Pineda. She was out of control, and so now that the Lions are seeing that Duford's hitting the zone, that thing can swing away. And I mean, they just haven't made contact yet. You're adjusting to the different velo, the different spin patterns and all that, so they'll find it eventually.
On the ground, pulled foul.
And Duford's got a good off speed, too. That's the biggest thing I'm noticing. And she's not afraid to use it either. She used it on 2 strikes previous at bat, used it on 1 here to get Lowry to foul it off. But, yeah, I like the use of that.
She speaks out on the front foot, just got Lowry on the same. Let's see what she has on a 1-2 pitch. Lowry watches it upstairs. They're going to ask if she went around, and no, she did not. So it'll be an even count pitch here. 2-2 is slap foul. That one shook a couple leaves off a tree. As that one collided with a branch there.
They're just trying to grow. It's springtime. Let them have it.
I know, right?
Come on.
They're trying to live their best life, and Lowry putting those leaves down on the ground, and she swings and misses here. Maybe a little bit of retribution from the trees. As the Lions will take it to the top half of the 4th, still up 1-0. Looking to keep Emory where they are. Keep it right here. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.
His thighs do not look thick.
Why are you fly watching?
Because he's known for the thick thighs.
Steinmeier fires the first offering. This one slapped through the hole, and that's the first base hit for the Emory Eagles. And it comes off the bat of Ashley Chu. Second time through the order here for Steinmeier. And leadoff runner on. That'll bring up Addison Kwong.
How about number 5, Addison Kwong?
What if I told you what WNBA player? You know, for the guys, huh? Yep. There's something you're saying for
Bluffing a throw down to second is Green, but back in standing at first is Chu. Chu's going. Throw down to second. Not going to be in time. Chu in there with a pop-up slide. So runner in scoring position here in a 2-0 count on Addison Kwong. Bunt that's caught by Green and no one covering the second base bag, so Chu able to scamper back safely. But there is one out, and that'll bring up Ella Hoyle. Hoyle, a duo, a tandem of a power threat here in this middle of the order for the Emory Eagles, as that one misses upstairs.
And Hoyle on the year, highest average for these Eagles as well. 3 homers, 28 RBIs to boot for that. 582 slug, second on the team, or third on the team, excuse me, as well, yeah. Top 3, podium, there you go.
1-0. This one slapped into right field for a base knock. Let's see if Chu's going. Yes, she is. Throw in by Paredes. Not going to be in time as Chu scampers across home plate safely. And we're all tied up 1-0 off the RBI single from Ella Hoyle. That'll bring up Ellie Zur. And again, you got to be careful with her as well. 7 home runs for this squad. Strike.
Yeah, good movement on that one back to the middle of the plate. You know, out of her hand, it looks like Zur was going to take all the way, but then it went right back over the plate. Good movement.
Strike 2. So a good job by Steinmeier after the single to not be afraid here of Zur and challenge her in the strike zone. And she's got her down 0-2. Not a bad idea there. Not a bad spot at all on an 0-2 pitch, but it will count as ball 1. Off the top of the bat and sent into the air to Peretti in right, and she's got it. For out number 2. I'll bring up Sonia Klein.
At the plate, number 33, Sonia Klein.
Runner on first, that's Ella Hoyle after her RBI single. That one is off the chain link, sent back foul. Strike 1. A beautiful day at the ballpark. Score tied up. 0-1. Dropped in at the last second. Thought that looked like it crossed the top of the plane of the plate, but just had to wait for the home plate umpire's signal, and there it is. It's 0-2. This one lined out towards left field, way ahead of that one was Klein. We'll go with the 0-2. Right field, Peretti again is busy, and Peretti able to hang on to it. It popped out of the mitt momentarily, but she was able to contain it and the sides are tired. So Emory strikes back. We're all tied up on the board, 1-1. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning where the Lions look to break the tie. Watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. Megan Steinmeier first up here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Big swing and a miss here. Duford's come on, and it's just been an inning, but man, that stuff looks good, Grant.
Yeah, Lions are swinging and missing at everything. She's got a lot different velo, really just mixing up her pitches as well, inside, outside. And like I said previously, utilizing that off speed.
Just missed the strike zone there. It'll be 1-1. Steinmeier's been real steady for the Lions, both in the circle and in the batter's box. Mentioned earlier, Steinmeier is fourth on the team in batting average, which definitely helps her own case. This one fouled off. And something that Steinmeier's definitely improved upon from last year, just 10 strikeouts for her. That was just a mark in the column last year, where she would come up and just could not get bat on the ball. Here she does put bat on the ball, but it's right in line with Wiley. And that'll be the first out. That's going to bring up, whoa now, Cintron. I'm sorry, I was looking at the first lineup that was printed out that still had Leah Smith in it before the designated player. Change up. Be Cintron. She reached last time she was up on a base hit. And the wind isn't necessarily carrying everything today, and it's not that warm, so nothing in the air is really hopping today.
For once, there's no wind though. It's been a windy April. It was a windy March too, but man.
Ball, I would take just a little bit low from the home plate umpire's expression. Two-0. Fouled on back. Cintron trying to get one she could groove, but just tipped it backwards. So 2 balls and 1 strike, Cintron. They get a little bit of 2-out rally started. Ooh, takes one in the inner half. Haven't seen that part of the zone today. To this point today, is what I was trying to say.
Especially from Duford. She's been hitting that outside.
She's been trying to get him to chase low and outside, yeah.
And utilizing lower bat speeds, I think, as well.
So that'll fill it out. That's a good AB here by Cintron. Three-two offering. This one's sent in the air, foul ball. We'll do it again. And Duford wheels back and fires a 3-2 and misses upstairs. Ball 4. And then I'll bring up Maddie Chronic. Real good AB there from Cintron, where a lot of her other compatriots were down flailing. She was able to make sure she stays the ship, and she allowed Chronic to get a good view of what Duford's doing.
Yeah, I think it's because she took first pitch as well. A lot of these lines have been swinging on the first pitch anyway, and Cintron got ahead 2-0 in the count, and that led to good things if you get ahead in the count early.
Let's see what Chronic's plan is against Duford. It is to take the first strike of the at-bat. Oh, 1. That one misses high and away. 1-1. A runner on first after a 1-out walk. So this one's foul away. One-two, big cut and a miss, and Chronic down on strikes off the drop ball. Great off speed there from Duford.
Now batting number 8, Jordan Green.
Here's Jordan Green getting her second plate appearance here. Georgia Pineda started this game for Emory, but did not have her best control. Did give up a run in the bottom half of the second. Again, unearned. And there, first pitch delivered. First pitch strike delivered, I should clarify, by Duford. Runners going, and a liner right into the mitt of Nanjia at second base. And the inning is over. So Lions go down a little quietly here in the bottom half of the fourth. We travel to the fifth, moving right along in Demarest. 1-1 your score. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. What?
That's plate number 3, Lillian Ware.
Rotate the squad. Make sure everyone's fresh.
Here's Megan Steinmeier. Back out there for a fifth inning of work as that one misses outside to number 3, Lillian Ware. Backstop for Emory, who's done a pretty good job today. Strike as that one clips the outside before falling behind. Even count pitch on the way here from Megan. That one's rifled foul. Heads up over there. The third base coach, the head coach for Emory, having to dodge out of the way a little bit. 1-2. This one lined straight up the middle, a base hit over is Nerva, collecting it before it can travel into the gap, and it'll just be held to a leadoff single here for Lillian Ware. I'll send up Megan Sutton. Sutton looks to bunt, and they're going to say that she did not pull it back, so it'll be 0-1. Corners are in here for Piedmont, as the bunt again is attempted to lay down, but it'll just count as strike number 2 on Sutton. So let's see what Sutton's trying to do here on an 0-2 pitch. Steinmeier steadies, rocks back and fires this one on the ground right up to Steinmeier. Steinmeier goes to second for 1, over to first, not in time. So the Lions get the lead runner 1 away and safely at first base on a fielder's choice is Megan Sutton. That'll bring up Shivani Nangia.
At the plate, number 16, Shivani Nangia.
What is this for? Who is this? What is that? She got arrested? She's so hot.
1 on with 1 out as that one's popped foul. Giving a look was green, but I think a spectator might be in a better position to make that grab than herself, so she'll turn around and climb back behind the dish.
Yeah, unless Jordan can climb the fence. It would be in play then, I guess.
That'd be an impressive job to climb that fence that quickly before it drops down.
Spider-Man move.
One heck of a Spider-Man move. We'd actually have to, investigate. Like, all right, what's going on here?
Get a drug test after that. There you go.
Do you think drug tests cover like superhuman abilities? Do you think they test it? It pops up. It's like, hey, wait a minute, you're not normal. you got an ability you want to tell us about?
You're not eligible anymore. Sorry. Super strength? No.
You'd have to be. It'd be like that scene in The Incredibles. That last scene where Dash has to take second place.
Go second, Dash. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it.
Got to hide under the radar.
Yeah, 416.
1 on, 1 away as this one's lying down the third base line and a foul ball.
What?
I guess early this morning. 416.
By about a foot or so. Maybe half a foot. Wasn't too far away. And 2-2 on the ground again. Right back to Steinmeier. See if they try 2 once more. And this time they get her. Same play, but Steinmeier and the Lions are able to turn 2 on the second try. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th where the Lions look to break this tie. Everything's even on the board. 1 run to 3 hits each. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. Kennedy Votava looking to lead us off here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ball. As that one misses outside. Duford's been good. 2 innings of work. Scoreless to this point. Bottom half of this lineup looking to give her a little bit of trouble, though. As there's ball number 2. So already ahead in the count here is Votava.
I don't know if Duford's scared of the bunt, but those were 2 very, very bad misses. Yeah, that's a check from the catcher. That was 2 out of control pitches for the 8-hole for the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And that's very uncharacteristic from the 2 innings of work that we've seen. So just a quick little meeting. Duford just saying, no, I mean, I just want to trust him out there. Just see if I get a, see if I get anything going on. Nothing to worry about.
Bringing back the names on the profiles.
There's a strike as it clipped the lower end part of the zone. Two one. That one floats right through, and ball 3. Interesting call there.
Man.
Now the outside for ball 4. Zovotava reaches on a leadoff walk. That's good tidings for the Lions.
At the plate, number 10, Hartley Nerva.
Yeah, intriguingly easy an at-bat for Votava there. That was an extremely odd walk for Duford.
So that's the first base runner, is it? To reach versus Duford?
I believe so, yeah.
No, there was a walk earlier. Now that I remember. That's a strike.
That's right. Steinmeier drew that. That's right.
1 on, nobody out here in an 0-1 count on Nerva. As she looks to square a bunt and bunts it foul. So it'll be quickly 0-2 now. That one inside. So Nerva able to climb back a little bit into this count. Otava over there at first base just reached via walk. There's a bunt to the first baseman Hoyle. And that is going to be out number 1. Sacrifice works for the Lions.
Left it on with 2 strikes, too. That kind of surprised me that they would still go for that. It's almost foul.
That's how much you trust your bunters at the bottom of the lineup. Bring up Matty Speaks. So runner in scoring position with 1 away. Lions looking to break that tie.
Matty Speaks.
Your mom's watching? Your mom's watching? Is that not what you just said?
Left field. Under it is Chu. She makes the grab. 2 away. Here comes Mandy Peretti.
At the plate, number 7, Mandy Peretti.
Bo scored.
Who?
Bo Bichette.
Who?
Yeah, the Blue Jays. I like the Blue Jays, so this is a win-win kind of series for me.
Off the hands, popped up, and Nanja settles under it. So the Lions start the inning with a little bit of hope, but it all goes up in a puff of smoke. We go to the top half of the 6th inning. 1-1 your score. Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube is what you're watching. 6th inning already. Ball game moving right along as a first pitch strike is fired in there by Steinmeier by Abby Wiley. Or to Abby Wiley, I should say. Off the hands, heads up in the visitors' dugout. Steinmeier finally gets that ball back. And it's an 0-2 count on Wiley. 9-hole hitter here for the Eagles. Tried to get her to chase upstairs, but did not chase it. Be 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Steinmeier able to get her on the outside pitch. And there's one away as we go to the top half of the lineup. Here's Ashley Chu. Reached last time she was up. Came around to score the Eagles' lone run to this point. Strike. Outside, so that'll even up the count. In is Chronic and Cintron. Second and third base, their positions.
No.
1-1. Outside, 2-1.
No. I think in that view there was enough to overturn it.
Go Blue Jays. I wasn't even looking.
I mean, go Blue Jays, yeah. For both.
2-1.
That's one big difference.
Off the edge of the bat, out is Speaks, and luckily for her, Votava backing her up in left field, playing shallow enough to come in and make the grab, nearly on the infield dirt.
Yeah.
Now batting number 5, Addison Kwong.
Here's Addison Kwong standing in the way of Megan Steinmeier from getting through 6, just 1 earned run allowed. Strike. Swing and a miss. Or rather, a foul tip. Same difference.
Still a strike.
Steinmeier hunting for another strikeout in this inning. She'll have to do it against Kwong. 0-2, fouled off.
What is happening?
Steinmeier spins the ball in her glove. 0-2 pitch. And that one's sent to center field. That'll drop down for a base hit. Just off the end, or rather off the hands. And Kwong able to muscle it out towards the green and center. That'll bring up Ella Hoyle. And things get a little dangerous here. You got to be careful with your pick selection here, Grant.
Yeah, especially because these next two hitters can drive them in the gap, which would automatically score that runner from first. So, well, I say automatically, but there's a high chance that it would. So you got to be careful, especially pitching on the inside half, if they're able to turn their hands on it and even get one down perhaps that left field line.
My predictions as well.
First pitch of the sequence is popped up. Left side, Speaks is over, makes the grab, and the side is retired. To the bottom of the 6th we go, still tied up at 1. Been that way for a couple innings. We'll see you there. Watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. It tastes like soap. A Baja Blast tastes like soap. I'm not a Baja Blast fan, folks. We're debating snacks here.
See, I'm trying to say that goldfish is the best, and I mean, I feel like I'm in the right here. But
Listen, they're good. They're good. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm saying they give you bad breath.
We need to do some sort of research project about this.
Bean?
No.
You guys gonna go on air?
August, can you step out of the booth? Oh, we're on air. That one's fouled off by Jasmine Lowry.
Look at him, he's getting red. He's blushing.
0-2 pitch. That one misses low from Duford.
They were talking to you like they weren't on air. That's why I questioned it.
Duford, again, has been pretty solid here for Emory. Just a couple walks blemishing that record. And here at 2-2. She checks the sideline, getting the sign from the bench. Something's got to give here. Lions and Eagles have been tied up for a good minute. As that one sent out towards right field, well struck by Lowry in the same place that she hit her triple back in the first inning, but this one didn't have enough gas on it to get it to the wall, and she'll be out number one.
Number 26, Megan Steinmeier.
Nice.
See if Megan Steinmeier can help her case. Get on base here and start a rally in the bottom half of the sixth inning.
And get herself a shot at a win, too.
Yeah.
Still tied up. You want that decision.
Upstairs.
He's just fast.
Good count for Steinmeier to be in, a 1-0, and she swings past that one. It'll get sent behind her. Foul ball.
Who? That's ridiculous. What is the mindset of some of these freshmen? I don't understand.
Even count pitch here for Steinmeier as she sends that one foul again. So same spot, same location, same result. Just behind that one and sent off the end of the bat foul to the right side, Grant.
Yeah, again, utilizing that outside. It's the name of the game, and I mean, good, it's been working. Like you said, only 2 walks, and the Lions haven't had time to get good contact on the ball yet.
And there was good contact right there, but unfortunately Ella Hoyle able to just post up over there at first base down the right field line and snag that one. So 2 away quickly.
Number 11, Hannah Cintron.
That's going to bring up Hannah Cintron.
Isn't he trying to get into the good lore?
Remember he joined and he didn't write.
There's a strike fired in by Duford.
Again, off speed. She's been using that in every bit of the count. We've seen it 2 strikes, 1 strike. I think that was the first time we've seen it on the first pitch of an AB, but she's locating it pretty well.
She's done a good job to keep the Lions off balance. Now 1-1. As Cintron climbs back into the box. Duford checks the forearm once again. Cintron takes strike 2. The zone's been a little loose today. I mean, but it's been consistent, so I can't be upset about it.
It's a little bit favorable to the outside, but yeah, like you said, it's consistent. There's not a lot of, you could say mistakes, but
If it's been there all game, there's no problem with it.
Exactly.
But Duford having no problem with it at all as she collects another strikeout, and the Lions are out of luck here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to the 7th, final frame of regulation in this first game. We're all tied up. Keep it right here. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.
number 18, Ellie.
Seventh inning here.
I don't think it's that hard. Nothing but hot takes.
That one's driven well out towards the left center field gap. That's going to one-hop the wall. Nerva's back, and she's going to be able to fire that one back in, but not before rounding into second with a booming leadoff double is Ellie Zur.
That's what she does. One of the highest slugs on this team, and 7 homers, and there's another double for her.
I think we might have a pinch hitter here. No? What are we going to have? What's the change going to be? Don't know if I don't think they're turning into a pinch runner.
I don't know what the clarification is.
Got somebody coming out with a batting helmet.
What is going on? We need to figure this crap out. Figure it out.
So 10's going to step in for somebody. That's what we can tell. Ella Janish. I don't know who Janish is subbing in for is the problem. I don't know if she's running. We don't know if she's hitting. Okay, so it's not even Janish. So that's going to be Shay Johnson coming in to run for Ellie Zur. So playing for one here are the Emory Eagles. They got Duford in the circle as well on the other end of things. So that's a good way to shut down a lineup. Problem is, you got to score that run first, and that run still standing out there at second base as is right now. And an 0-1 count to Sonia Klein.
And last time in the situation, it was a quick pop-up for the first out, so you got to hope you can repeat that.
Ball one as that one misses a little bit upstairs. Bunt is put down. Johnson's going to go to third base. Fire over. They get the out there, but that go-ahead run now waits at third.
At the plate, number 3, Lillian Ware.
Lillian Ware's going to get turned to here to see if she can bring home that run. Infield creeps in just a little bit here for the Lions. Corner's really creeping in as that one is a strike. Pulled back in.
Yeah, you got to play the lines here, especially with that runner on third. You got to make sure if anything gets past the infield, it's not much, or it doesn't get past at all.
So I'll even up the count here. 1-1. Popped up center field, Nerva and shallow center. Gonna make a throw here, but Johnson's busting the plate, and the tag is got her! What a throw by Hartley Nerva from middle depth center field, and we remain tied. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. Lions look to walk it off. 1-1 your score. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. Maddie Chronic at the plate.
Just hit a home run, man. One pitch and you can end the game.
Home run.
Duford's been tough. Lions look to use the momentum they created off that amazing throw by Nerva, as it looks like that there might be some action starting in the Emory bullpen. Slap foul again. Heads up over there.
Did you watch the Masters?
I watched every second.
It was so good. I had never watched it before.
O'Chronic down 0-2.
I might have to bet on golf.
I should have bet on golf because I picked Rory
0-2.
the Masters started. And I knew
Upstairs, a little bit inside as well. This will make it a ball and 2 strikes on Chronic. Behind her is Green and Votava, scheduled, I should say. Coach Martin does like to use his pinch hitters from time to time. 1-2. This one's driven to left center field. That's going to fall down for a single. Chronic takes a big turnaround in first base, but she'll be held to just that. A good job to cut it off by Kwong in center field.
probably going to have a pinch runner.
And I think we might go for a pinch runner here, yeah.
The ball was about 3 feet away from getting through that gap and getting Chronic over to second, which would have been huge with no one gone to get that extra base and the runner in scoring position.
It does look like perfect.
Now you figure it out. Let's go.
I think it's 13.
I think you're going to.
If it's Perkins.
Yeah, we're going to have a pinch runner here.
Yeah, 13.
It is going to be Addie Perkins. So we'll see how aggressive the Lions are on the base paths. Because like you mentioned, Grant, it would have been huge to have that runner in scoring position with nobody out. And I'm sure Coach Martin, who loves to play for one, is going to continue to try to push that trend.
Utilizing bunts, but also just utilizing putting the ball in play, especially if Perkins can get a good jump or steal a bag maybe. Just get at least one base advanced in this at-bat, and I think you're in a good spot.
First outing, man. We need better. Bro, the rest of our pitchers suck. Our bullpen sucks. Don't get me wrong.
In the dirt.
Because you know what? Their record says otherwise.
I just like arguing about stuff I have no idea about.
I know you.
Runner on first with a 1-0 count to Jordan Green.
Not watching a game, screening the box score, or the box.
Green looking to square one up. And the bunt is going to be called as a strike. Just trying to get that runner over. It would make more sense to see if Perkins can swipe second here and then try to use up the bunt.
You know, or you run as you bunt. I feel like that's a worthwhile sacrifice.
There is the bunt. Perkins is going. She's going to be safe at second, but the out is recorded at first base.
Only issue now is Votava and Nerva. Look, they're great hitters, but they're not the middle of your order, so you're going to have to rely on them to at least get some sort of base knock through the middle or down a line to drive Perkins home.
Lions entered today third in the CCS. 10-4 record for them behind the 12-1 Huntington and the 12-2 Bellhaven. Big swing and a miss. Votava chased real high.
It's just the youngest.
See, I'm not going to.
That's outside.
Only issue with Votava being a slap hitter is she a lot of times will hit it towards that third base side, which is where Perkins would be going over to third, so you got to hope she can pull one to at least get her over to third.
Yeah, if you hug one down the line, you just need a single. And that one slapped towards that third base line, like you said, Grant. It'll find itself to the long cross field, where we'll be later on.
Look at that.
1-2 upstairs. Let me get a 2-2 count. 2-2, one away here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Lions looking to walk off here and steal game one away. They scored back in the second inning. That was off an unearned error. And then Emory back in the fourth was able to fight on back. That one on the third base side. Perkins is going to try to chug to third. Throw over. There will be none. So runner advances to third base, but a key out here for the Eagles. And that's going to bring up Hartley Nerva. Nerva saved the game, if you will, with a real good throw from center field. Let's see if she can play hero once again.
just hit it past the left field of stand. I thought it was shadow shots.
Left side, right side, it's free kicks.
Ball.
Off the pitcher's kneecap. And she's come over last. And the third base touch. I'm not wishing harm.
Big cut and miss there from Nerva. Even count pitch. Nerva watches a strike paint the outer half. Little generous there, but now Lions real pressed into a corner. Don't want to go to the 8th. Don't want to see extras here in game 1. See if the Lions can take care of business on this next pitch. Nerva swings and misses through that one. We are going to the 8th. Still tied up at 1. Low-scoring affair in Demarest in game 1 of this doubleheader. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.
That's the point. So that we don't.
So we got a ghost runner out on second. That is Lillian Ware, the catcher. That'll bring up Megan Sutton as she looks to lay down a bunt. She missed that one. And the strike zone missed it as well, so it's 1-0. That one put out of play. They'll even up the count 1-1 here on Lillian Ware. So this ghost runner plays to the Lions' advantage. You can just bunt her over and then pop one up in the air, or if you're feeling dangerous, try a sacrifice squeeze. But got to get there first. Got to get there with a tie intact, and that's a foul ball.
Yeah, baseball rules, if it bounces first off the home plate, automatic foul. So good bailout for Megan Steinmeier. He needed that one to get the 2 strikes.
So let's see if they're still bunting with 2 strikes. I wouldn't put it past them. As Megan Sutton digs back in, especially with there being no outs. But it is going to be a chopper, so it works just as well as a bunt. Advancing to third base is Lillian Ware. And there's one away.
That is a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter.
Grace Cooper is going to come off the bench here. So Cooper is going to come on in place of Shivani Nangia.
And I think that might have been a strategical move by Emory's coach because Nangia leads the team in strikeouts, I believe. So that's the last thing you would want with a runner on third and one out.
Yeah, they want to put the ball in play
Yep.
here.
It's a smart call.
Here's the problem.
Yeah, Nangia first on the team by 10 strikeouts. Wow. 21 strikeouts and 66 plate appearances.
Yep.
Goodness.
But she's second on the team in slug.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a power or nothing.
Right.
A 1-0 pitch. Cooper.
Yeah, I know he's going to.
Fouled on back.
Pizza in the background looking mighty tasty. Yes. Ooh, the good pizza up in Buffalo.
Even count. Go ahead run for Emory out at third base. Steinmeier leans back and fires. This one popped in the air. And that'll make it the second strike. Would love a strikeout right here from Steinmeier. Keep the game where it is, at least for one more batter, and takes out a big key out in this inning. Steinmeier fires 1-2 upstairs, trying to get her to chase up high, but just a little bit too much to be enticing. And it'll be an even count once again, 2-2 for Grace Cooper as she climbs back into the right-handed batter's box. Here it is from Steinmeier again. Chopper foul. Got to have that one on deck. Slipped out of her hand.
Keep you warm.
Is that 84 pitches? I know that. I said he was going to strike out.
2-2. Down and in. 3-2.
No, I don't think you're opposed to walking her here. That does set up a double play. It's a risk, but it's a risk that would be a welcome risk, I think.
Is that 85 pitches?
Steinmeier fires. This one sent out towards left center field. That drops in. That's going to score a run. RBI double at least for Grace Cooper, and Emory snags a 2-1 lead here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Steinmeier left it hanging right over the heart of the plate. Emory takes advantage of perfect gapper.
Riley Ballog coming in here as a pinch hitter. And we're going to have a pinch runner as well.
Everyone's getting in.
Alright, so for G. Cooper, you're going to put in number.
So Shivani Nangia looks like she's back out there for Cooper. Yeah, so Nangia back out there at second base for Cooper, who was just lifted.
And then 15 in that spot.
Nangia back running at second. At the plate, number 15, Riley Balog.
So a runner in scoring position. Once again here for Emory. They're already up 2-1. They want to see if they can pad that lead even more, as that one is a called strike on the outer edge.
Hey, you think she knows how to ball? You think she's
1-1.
You tend to rank people by how good are they at basketball.
Yeah, of course.
That's why, because she's a woman. I'm just kidding. That's not why they're not good at basketball.
There's a bunt foul.
I found myself because it was often you don't know.
Yeah, which is kind of sad because baseball is not like that. Baseball goes after people that are years.
At least it's not the day.
So 1-2, good count for Steinmeier. See if she can shut down this inning, give her team a chance in the bottom half, and just missed on the outer edge. Not a bad pitch there, but not offering at it was Riley Balog. Two-two. Sent foul right off the chain link. Jordan Green will go grab that one and flip it over to Steinmeier. 2-2. Upstairs, 3-2.
Emory's doing a good job digging in this 8th inning when they need to be clutch. They've came up with some really long ABs working Steinmeier's pitch count. She's over 90 already.
Did she go? No, she didn't. So it's a walk to the pinch hitter. That'll bring up Ashley Chu.
At the plate, number 1, Ashley Chu.
Still just one away here in the top half of the 8th inning. There's a strike called on the bunt by Chu, or bunt attempt, I should clarify. Outside for ball 1. Bunt by Chu again is pulled back as that one misses upstairs from Steinmeier. 2 balls and 1 strike to the number 1 hole hitter in the Eagles lineup.
Steinmeier might be getting a little bit tired. You can kind of notice. I mean, she's pitching around him a little bit because you got 2 runners on, but losing control.
2-1, bunt down the third base line. They're going to get one. Cintron was thinking about getting the lead runner at third base, but the bases are going to be loaded here as Chu advances safely to first base.
Yeah, she didn't see the play at first to be available, so I think she didn't want to risk an error, an overthrow, and a run scoring, but you got to at least try to take the out. You're already down 1 run, so you got to try to get out of this, limiting the damage.
There's Ella Janish. So she will come in place of Addison Kwong.
Ella Janish.
They're making more work for us.
And here comes Coach Martin out there to talk to Steinmeier. Don't know if that's going to be the final pitch she throws. But Lions in a real tough spot here against Emory. Already down a run, but now the bases are loaded. Real dangerous. And Steinmeier creeping up towards 100 pitches, 97 on the day.
Allegedly.
What do you mean? Yeah, it's definitely accurate.
Coach Martin's going to ride with a starter. One away as the infield's going to come in here a little bit.
His eyes are really wide.
Again, Ella Janish, and there's a glove out there in between the circle and the plate. Good catch by Jordan Green. She'll tuck that away in her back pocket. High and away. Strike 2.
This is pitch number 100.
1-1 pitch on the way from Steinmeier. Slapped out towards right field. Peretti comes in. Here comes the runner from third. The throw is going to be up the line and did not get her on the tag. So now 2 away. Both runners advance. And a 3-1 lead for Emory. And now Coach Martin's asking, did she leave early?
Oh, God. I hope she didn't. I know. Oh, God. Why are you challenging it? You got a whole other game to go tomorrow.
Look at the ump's pinky. It's right pinky.
So Coach Martin
500 career strikeout.
not happy with the answer he got.
All right, just pick this up. Come on. Spencer strike 520.
2 on with 2 away. That one skips up there in the dirt.
Look at Pinky. Who's Pinky? The
Which one? The one on the right hand? Yeah, that's
Strike on the outer edge. Gracious call by the home plate umpire. As that'll even us up.
oh my god.
This will be a big last out to get here in Ella Hoyle.
Good bad call.
Same spot. 2 and 1. Maybe a little bit lower this time.
But it was off speed, so it's obviously different, right? Of course it's different.
The 2-1 offering on the way from Steinmeier, and there's a strike on the outer edge.
Pitch number 105.
So 2 on, 2 down, 2-2 account. Steinmeier climbs back onto the rubber. Wheels back and fires, and this one's sent foul down the right field line.
strike. If we put 3 up, 3 down, we're still on pace to start the second game at 3.
3 up, 3 down.
Deuces wild.
2-2
Can't be sweet.
off the hands. On the infield, Cintron makes the grab, and the side is retired. But Emory grabs a pair in the top half of the 8th inning. They now lead it 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Lions looking to rally late and reclaim a Game 1 victory before we start Game 2. You're watching Piedmont Lions Softball on YouTube. Matty Speaks leads us off here. So it'll be 1, 2, and 3 in the bottom half of the 8th inning with Hartley Nerva as the ghost runner out at second. Infield for Emory does come in here. Have a substitution out in right field. Ella Janish is in for Wiley. Abby Wiley. Or excuse me, Balog. They were right next to each other on the line. There's a bunt popped up, foul ball.
Yeah, I think here you worry about getting another base runner on as well. You know, you're down 2 runs, so 1 run doesn't do anything for you. You have to get that first one in with another runner on to be able to drive that one in to at least tie it.
In the dirt. So Speaks ahead in the count here. Climbs back in, a 2-1. That's upstairs, 3-1. Duford has been real solid after starting after the first 2 innings. Swings and puts that one foul. That'll fill up the count, 3-2. Ball 4. So that puts the tying run on first.
You know what? Just end this game.
And sends up Mandy Peretti.
Number 7, Mandy Peretti.
Look, Eric, I don't want to call anything, but Peretti's got 4 homers. That's the team lead by 3, obviously. There's only 2 others who've had home runs, so up to 5.
She'd have to either groove one or find one deep into the corner. She's had an inside the Parker before. She's bunting and nearly is putting it out. Peretti, the team leader in home runs again. And they opt for a bunt on that one. .604 slugging percentage. Does put the bunt down. Runners are going to advance. 1 away.
What that does is that brings up your team leader in doubles now, and Jasmine obviously she's got 14 on the year, and even went up the middle would score both here. So great, you're probably the best player to have up, honestly, in this situation, down 2 with 2 on.
And Lowry has a triple today. Got that one back in the first.
Yeah, but it's not going to do this. Maybe right before it sucks.
Fouled off.
You can tell that Duford has a higher velo than most of these lines are used to seeing because they're behind everything, and that's not even just because Duford's been going to the outside. She just throws straight heat.
No.
0-1. That one's out towards right field, but right in line with Ballag. The run comes home, and back at third base. Did they get her? Yeah, they did. So that, or did they not get her? I saw a hand raise, but then he spread his arms.
It looks like she got the leg in, but it could be wrong about that. Maybe he's talking about interference or something like that.
That might be a good call, Grant. That might be what he's arguing
here.
Yeah,
I saw him put an arm up, and it looks like because it looked like maybe it was her left foot that kind of guarded the.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're arguing.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's from the Emory head coach.
It's a good call from the umpire, though. And hey, we play on.
You said 9-3.
So it is an out on the fly, a sacrifice fly for Lowry, and that brings up Megan Steinmeier with the potential to bring home the tying run. So we're going to have a visit here in the circle.
That was a really risky call to send her over to third.
Yeah, it was.
With 2 outs, well, there was 1 out, but obviously after the catch there was 2, so it's a big call when a ball hit up the middle would most likely score anyway. I like the aggressiveness, but man. You got to keep it on the ground here. I don't think you can risk their outfielders getting on it because every time Lions have popped one up or sent one into the outfield, it's pretty much been straight to one of their fielders. I think you got to get one through the infield.
First pitch to Steinmeier, and she watches it downstairs.
I wonder if she'll just walk him here. I doubt that, but that would leave Cintron. I think Steinmeier is definitely the better bat, so I don't know what the call is.
This one driven well to left center field. There is up against the wall. Steinmeier at second base. We're tied up, folks.
I don't think either of these teams want to go to 9 innings, Eric. I think they want to get out of here and get ready for game 2. You don't want to waste too many substitutions. Pitching, Duford's been pitching for a while. Steinmeier's using a lot of her energy, so Cintron's got 1 job in front of her.
Yep, and they're going to get a pinch runner for it.
Yep, smart. Man, how big is that interference call?
Huge.
Goodness gracious. Little mistakes can cost you games in any sport. Doesn't matter what it is. And especially in that situation, just guarding third base a little bit too closely, and it does you in. Now it's tied. Chance for the winning run to come on home.
Why'd she move? Oh, that was there. Okay.
So Leah Smith comes back out. Steinmetz pinch runner for Steinmeier. Remember, she was placed as the DP.
Smith. At the plate, number 11, Hannah Cintron.
Cintron. That misses upstairs. All tied up at 3-3. Both teams score 2 runs here in the 8th inning. They bring home that ghost runner, and then they deliver a little bit more. So that insurance run for Emory in the top half, very important. That missed outside. But Lions are runner in scoring position. A single would do it.
Here's one where you can just walk her and get a forced any base. I'm assuming they hopefully pitch around her.
Strike called right at the knees, so 2 balls and 1 strike.
Getting on base does you nothing but prevent anything if you're the Lions, because that just gives you a force at third, second, or first.
It's not as easy as it looks. Yeah, but it's so hard to judge the kind of pitch.
2-1. 2-2.
She swung at it. You have to know.
That was a hero swing.
Yeah. So runner at second with 2 away, 2 down.
Please.
And Cintron does go around on that one. So we are going to the 9th inning, folks. 3-3 still the score. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. Ellie Zur going to lead off the Emory Eagles here. Still trying to see who that pinch runner is out there. Ellie Estridge is out there at second base. Steinmeier back out there for a 9th inning of work as this one's hard hit. Pass speaks at shortstop. And that run's going to immediately come home. Ellie Zur with a scorching single through the hole. And it's 4-3.
Yeah, just do a job there, and then now you got to worry about her. I think as long as you limit another run, you're in a good spot in the bottom half. You can't let them get another 2 spot up and have to worry about having to tie back up.
There's a bunt right back to Steinmeier. She'll go to first for the out. Runner in scoring position and 1 away.
Nobody number 3, Lillian Ware.
And player-wise, not best team, but I'd say popularity would be the Yankees. just because their fan base is great.
Are the bedrocks?
Well, he's only given up 2 rallies. You know, you can't complain too much. He's only given up 2.
0-1 as Steinmeier climbs back onto the rubber. Low for ball 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good for Vladdy. Hit a home run at home after his good contract. Vladdy Daddy? Somebody called it
2-1 as that one misses outside. Green trying to frame it up well enough, but no help from the home plate umpire.
Who actually, the little girl who's messing around with her father.
2-1 off the hands and sent foul. Even up the count, 2-2.
111.
It's like a lot of money.
Yeah, actually, 2 years prior to those allegations, and him being kicked out of the MLB, he signed an 11-year deal with the Tampa Bay Rays, which I don't remember for how much.
This was a chopper. Cintron's got it. It's a foul ball.
She fielded it right before it crossed that third base line. That was really close. It's when you try to field. That's when you don't let go foul either way. I think if you have a play in mind and it's on that third base line, you go for it.
Yep.
It's a long throw over, so that runner from second might be able to advance over to third, but still, it's a free out.
Off the edge of the bat and on top of the visitor's dugout.
You can get a bat out of the rack and punch that over. There you go. You get a fist, too. That works.
Oh, no. I'm going to start doing that when I email you pictures. Respectfully. And I'm just going to do that. Because you know how, like, when I send an email, it's just a drive. I'll just say respectfully, period. And then the drive.
Upstairs.
I don't think I needed an email for this, considering we already know.
3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count for Steinmeier. She climbs back in here. Here's one off the edge of the bat again by Lillian Ware, but this time in fair territory and playable territory. And that ball pops away, advancing to third base is a very important insurance run in Ellie Zierer.
They threw it over.
That's why you hit your cutoff.
He almost had it, but it bounced off the glove. Okay. So I think it's a, I don't know if they call it an error. Okay. No, it's E5.
Eric said error.
Because she bounced it off.
So did she catch the ball?
She caught the ball. She threw it.
Okay, we're just going with
It fell out of her glove.
Still going with it.
Okay.
So runner at third. Steinmeier fires and gets the outside pitch call.
ZipRecruiter sent me an email.
Megan Sutton
I think some as a bartender.
takes strike 2.
Do you want a bartender job?
I'm good. I already got a
Full-time,
couple of
full-time.
jobs.
See, what if I tell you my shit?
I already got a couple of jobs.
0-2 off the hands and line foul.
Vacation
Kind of a throwback to what we saw in the, I think it was the second inning of this game where she had that little inside movement pitch and it almost jammed her up and got her to get caught looking, but I like that pitch.
You know what? You go at it. Go at it.
We'll see what Steinmeier and Green are thinking here on an 0-2 offering. Trying to get out of this inning, just limiting to 1 run on the ground. Chronic bobbles it for a moment, throws to first, and it goes wide. The run comes home to score. It is 5-3.
Not earned.
Back-to-back errors for the Lions, and they are costly.
Is didn't you just say they get repeat a lot? This is 16. Hey, Ben.
That one's lined up the middle of base hit. Things unraveling fast here for the Lions.
I need to go ahead and pull it because
That record for Emory starting to creep up into the, I guess I don't even know the area of making sense. 24-6 is a really, really good record for them, and you look at their ERAs for their team, it's just about 3 as a team. So reflective here with 3 runs for the Lions. But yeah, this team has the edge, and the Lions are just sticking in it, and it's been a tough road once you get yourself in a jam. Duford on the other end doesn't help either.
So 2 on with 2 away. As out misses high and outside, ball 1.
She closed out the game and they pitched the entire game.
Why? Why do they? Why?
Because
Why is Texas over under That's true.
Off the end of the bat, tip foul. So it'll be 1-1. Eagles have scored 2 in the past 2 innings to go up 5-3 over the Lions, who scored 2 in the bottom half of the 8th. That one slapped right into the mid of Cintron, but hit real hard. There's not going to be a play.
That at least saved a run, and it gives you a force at any base with 2 gone. But, I mean, good job by Cintron to get the glove up. Just barely mistimed it. It's called the hot corner for a reason.
So we go back to the top lineup. Here is Ashley Chu. That one's lined to Cintron again. This time she hangs on to it, and the side is retired. So the Eagles strand the bases loaded, but now before they put 2 on the board, it's 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Lions need 2 to tie, 3 to walk it off in game 1. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.
At the plate, number 33, Maddie Chronic.
Maddie Chronic leads it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Emory up 5-3. Facing off against Duford. Of course, that ghost runner out there for the Lions, a Cintron. Oh, 1 pitch off the end of the bat, foul. Duford gets set, fires 0-2, and that one misses low. So a good eye here by Chronic. Stays alive.
Ooh, tough break.
Yeah.
It's a benefit of getting it up in on the hands, though, is you can force a swing.
Right? Yeah. Chronic watches outside for ball 2, so it'll be an even count.
Yeah, Chronic getting on base here would be huge because then, I mean, you go to the bottom of the lineup and they get on base a lot anyway, and getting that winning run at the plate would be awesome to see.
So much for the game fast.
It is
No.
Fouled off. 3-2.
Duford.
Or, no, excuse me. I said 3-2.
Yeah,
2-2.
Yeah. Duford's doing a good job on that outside corner still, and what that does is that forces you to have to swing at anything. So she can take her liberties on 2 strikes.
Lions looking to try to find a way to score 3 here in the bottom of the ninth. That one's fouled off again. Chronic putting up a real good fight.
Let's end it. I am ending the game.
Jordan Green up next. Off the hands and popped up.
I got it.
Yep, just behind us here in the press box.
Got to put my wingspan to use somehow.
Right? Chronic looking to win the battle 2-2, and she will get rung up on the outer half. Here's Jordan Green.
How about number 8, Jordan Green?
But there you go. Another pitch that looked outside normally, and just the strike zone today unfavorable to that side. So you have to swing at that pitch or else it's going to get called.
Is it the same walk-up song as, what's his name, from baseball? Yeah.
Oh, 1 as that one hits the outside corner from Jordan Green.
Actually, had 100 pitches. Just hit 100.
Ball 1. Cintron looking for a lift home. The Eagles have out-hit the Lions 10-5.
Wait, there's only one ride where you go upside down. Like another coaster.
Low and away, ball 2.
One ride.
And the hits are one thing, Eric. Those 2 errors really poke out at you.
Yeah.
Really poke out.
It'd be a 1-run game if not for them.
Why?
Ball 3. We'll take it. So it'll be a 3-1 count on the way from Duford. She toes back the rubber. She just did. Fires and a big swing and a miss from Green. That'll be another full count. If anything, the Lions are really working a good count here and really working up that pitch count for Duford.
And if anything, you let the bats work in game 2. Duford probably won't be pitching, so that helps.
Why did you just add it to it?
Ball 4, so that'll put the tying run on base and bring the winning run to the plate.
She hits double and scores the rest of them in. Go down there and have a pet talk with her.
At the plate, number 32, Kennedy Votava.
Votava climbs into the left-handed batter's box, and she will lay down a bunt on the first pitch. Throw down to first is going to be not in time. Infield bunt single for Votava. They're loaded. Puts the winning run on first. And I wonder if Hartley Nerva is going to get lifted here.
Bold call by Coach Terry to let her put one down. I mean, she's the best bunter on this team, and what she does is she'll get it straight down in front of the plate, and it'll just die right there.
And they're going to ask for appeal for one of the umpires.
It was tie goes to the runner in that situation, and it looked basically like a tie. It was very close. Now they called her. Okay, he put the hand up first, and then he goes safe. Interesting signal. That was a close call.
He meant to confirm it was safe.
Well, we already got it.
25 is pitching.
Okay, so
Looks like that Avery Easters is coming in to pinch hit here for the Lions in place of Hartley Nerva. Emory's head coach just not having a good day at the office. She's had multiple gripes with the officiating in this game.
Is she gonna jack a
Yeah, smart call to put Easters in. Oh, ball in the gap, and we're done. We're out of here.
tosser?
Simple as that.
pitching number 25, Avery
So
Easters.
the bases are loaded for Avery Easters.
Easter's coming out.
Right. It will go in the story title.
Yeah.
If she does it, it will go in.
Easter came early.
Easter Wednesday.
As there's a first strike. Easters in 6 at-bats, batting .500.
No, I was in high school.
Big swing and a miss. Throw over, back in with a dive is Lotaba.
Hoyle mad after that play. She's trying to get her fielders in check. They could have easily had her out at first.
All right. Jacket and strikeout.
0-2. Off the hands, popped foul.
That's not an option.
Smart call to pitch high in the zone, though. You try to pop one up or get one in the air, because the last thing you want is something to get through the infield or into the gap.
And at this batter, right here. No. I don't care. Sacrifice not enough for me.
0-2. Ball 1.
110 pitches. Come on.
Come on. Score.
Oh, God. What is designing games like this? Stop it.
Continuing to stay alive here is Easters. Again, really good at-bats put forth by the Lions in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Just trying to fight to stay alive.
Getting a runner on seems to wake him up in some sort of way, especially in this game.
Bases loaded with one away. And a 1-2 is swung on and missed. Out number 2, strike 3. Now bring up Maddie Speaks.
At the plate, number 24, Maddie Speaks.
It's that outside again. There's not much you can do. You can't expect the call. You have to swing at it, and sometimes she'll put it too far outside, and you got to go fishing for it. And obviously didn't catch anything on that swing.
I'm ready for her to do something. I'm ready for her to hit a grand slam.
Outside to Speaks, so that'll be a 1-0 start to this count. We were briskly moving along in this game, and then we hit the 8th inning, the 7th inning rather. Things started to slow down. That bat started to get long. That one's hard hit up the middle, base knock. That's going to score 1. That might score 2. No, a good throw by center fielder Kwong. And everything will stay put station to station here for the Lions. Mandy Peretti.
At the plate, number 7, Mandy Peretti.
So a runner at every base and a 1-run ball game. Mandy Peretti
This is what movies are made of.
looks to end this one. That one stays upstairs, not enough to fall in, and it's 1-0.
You're gonna lose it up there.
1-0. Ball 2.
Yeah, so Duford doesn't want to be here. You're behind the count. 2-0, bases loaded. A walk ties it, so now you have to pitch to her. But Peretti's got good power and she's got good bat speed, so that outside location isn't going to work well for Duford.
And this might be Duford's last batter. They had a warm pitcher a couple innings ago. And it's a crucial spot. Riding for Duford to get home here. And a top of the zone strike to Peretti keeps it at a 2-1 count for her.
And she hadn't thrown that in a while, too, so that was a... Literally, that is why they call it a changeup. So there you go.
Yeah. 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2. So now the Lions cling to their final strike here in game 1.
I'd never go to Athens. It's at a gas station.
Bases loaded. Winning run at second base. 2-2. Ball 3.
Send those runners, Eric.
It'll be a full count offering, a payoff pitch for Duford as she moves some of the dirt around. Peretti looking to strike here in the bottom of the 9th. 3-2. Inside ball 4. We are tied.
Was that an RBI?
Yes.
So that brings up Jasmine Lowry.
At play number 3, Jasmine Lowry.
What a job by these Lions to keep these at-bats productive no matter what.
Each one of those at-bats, I feel like in this inning, have been over 5 or 6 pitches, and now you got bases loaded and Duford's still in.
Lowry watches upstairs.
Now I'm rooting for them to score. You better be yelling at her. She better be doing something in this game. Come on.
Base hit, depending on where it's placed, likely ends it. Wait, no, not likely end it. I thought we were still 5-4. No, it will end it. Base hit will end this ball game, barring anything silly. A walk will end this ball game. Hit by pitch. An error. Several things. 1-1. Popped up. Foul territory.
And Lowry's sitting low on these pitches. She's swinging on the low end, which is not what you want. You want a line drive or a ground ball here. I don't think a fly ball is exactly what you want. All you got to get is one. Get a hard hit ball here.
So it'll be a 1-2 count. Ready at first. Game tying RBI. Here's Lowry, who swings and puts it in the air. Back is Kwong. We're going to the 10th. Lions strand the bases loaded. And we'll see you in the top half of the 10th inning, folks. 5-5 your score. You're watching Piedmont Lions Softball on YouTube.
Okay. We may have
I'll
missed
just leave
that.
it there.
Yeah. That honestly probably was supposed to be a defensive
Do you
substitution.
like bunting?
Addison Kwong here at the plate.
Anybody want a Whopper?
Chu over at first.
Hey, I'll take a Burger King.
Or first, second, pardon me. That one's upstairs and away, so it'll even the count 1-1.
A Whopper for your troubles. Whopper? Okay.
Even count pitch. Squaring a bunt here is Kwong, and it's right on line. It's a foul ball.
I'm here to lose this game. I don't care who wins this game.
Well, I do. If you go opposite until you lose, you expect
I don't care.
3 extra runs to win. I'm gonna go with you.
This one well struck, but well foul. So doing it again here will be Kwong.
If we go to 14 today.
You look, tough situation. This is the middle of their lineup, 2, 3, and 4 for the Eagles. So Steinmeier's been out there for the whole game, and she's got over 100 pitches already. So she's pretty locked in right now.
Chu, the runner at second. That's way outside 2-2.
Okay, I do have very good news. They're fresh.
I used to really like poppers, and then I had this phase where I didn't like them, and I haven't had any since then.
Upstairs for ball 3.
So I haven't had one.
Taste of your own medicine here. They're really digging in their at-bats now. I think they realize that they can get a bit more than 2 runs in the past, what they've gotten before. They can get 3 or 4.
Fabulous.
Out of play, and we'll do it again.
How many foul balls did she
And to honestly probably can do stats for the second game.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, Piedmont could hold down stats and music.
Yeah, as long as we're in the regular
3-2.
season, I'm gonna have
Ball 4.
on stats. But I will probably still
That puts an insurance run out on first base.
Home run, she's going to be gone.
Bring up Ella Hoyle.
And now it's that back-to-back power duo with 2 runners on. This is not the situation you want to be in. I think what you have to do here is try to get one up in the zone, hope they pop it up. You got to take a risk at some point.
Ella Will.
This is an athlete display of athletics. This is why
Who's doing softball for game 2?
us.
Bunt, and both runners advance.
This is why we love D3.
That is a good sacrifice bunt there for Hoyle, and this is where the Emory lineup gets very dangerous. You know, Hoyle, great batter, right? Well, you got Zur right behind her, and Zur drove in a run last time she was up, and now she's got the go-ahead and insurance runs right in front of her.
Yeah, it's bat speed. That's the name of the game for Zur. She hits the ball so hard, and that means you can get good plate coverage, too, and start battling when you're down on the count.
This one driven to left field. In comes Votava. It drops right into no man's land. And the Eagles have snatched the lead right back. And it's going to be a bloop single with an RBI attached to it for Ellie Zur. And that'll bring up Sonia Klein with the insurance run waiting at third base.
And I was surprised that Steinmeier didn't just kind of give her a test chase pitch, because that was the second straight at bat where Zur swung on the first pitch.
Yeah, chopper right back to Steinmeier, who bobbles it. Watches the runner, fires over to third just to make sure she stays put. But the bases are going to be loaded.
It's not the worst thing in the world for that to happen. That leaves a force at any base, and it's smart to not have to throw over to first, because then that runner at third could have ran right on home. So now you just got to hope for a ground ball here.
Yeah, that's a lose-lose situation that Steinmeier got put into after she bobbled.
Took the smarter loss.
That one skips past, but I think that's a foul ball. It hit off the did it hit the bat or did it hit her?
I thought it hit the knob of the end of the bat.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. I don't think skin makes that noise.
Even Ware was a little confused.
Yeah, I think metal makes that noise. Plus, with the hitter elbow, I feel like she might have leaned into it.
Yeah, so what is being argued is that, no, it hit her elbow. That's what the Emory coach is saying.
She was looking for clarification. Yeah, that wasn't a heated argument, thankfully. She'd been a bit heated it sometimes, but not this time.
So 0-1 to Lillian Ware. Chopper over to Speaks. Speaks comes home with it. There's one away there on that play. So the bases remain loaded, but with 2 down.
That's what you wanted. You had to get something off speed to get their timing off, get them to chop it down, and went straight to Speaks, and she made the smart decision.
It's still bases loaded.
Here's Megan Sutton.
She's alive?
Strike.
A good location on that one. That one nailed the inside corner. Steinmeier's been working the outside, but she's not afraid to go in and jam you. And again, if you need a ground ball, jam's a good place to start.
It's been a long game 1 here at the WAC. Still got game 2 on deck, and there is a grounder to Cintron. So the Eagles shred the bases loaded. They just get 1. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. 6-5 your score. You're watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube. Megan Steinmeier is at the plate here, with Jasmine Lowry out at second.
Sorry, we're in the bottom of the 10th inning here at softball.
We're suffering.
Ball to Steinmeier from Duford, who's still out there.
We're stuffing it out.
I'm gonna start getting bags in my eyes from this.
Runner at second.
We as in
1-0 pitch is slapped foul.
I don't know if you're stuffing it out.
We all have to.
She's just existing, right?
Duford takes the time to look at the sign from the bench. 1-1. That one's on the ground right off of Duford. Duford blocks it up well, but she's not able to collect it.
Yes, that is my knowledge of the subject.
And for once, that runner at first isn't the tying run because they held him to that one run and Emory strained the bases loaded in that last half. So that's a big base runner. And Hannah Tron's again up.
Yep. Just out there to check on Duford, it looks like. Because that was hard hit by Steinmeier right back at her. Saying, yeah, hit me on the right side, hit me on my shoulder.
Oh, because okay.
I think I'm all good.
That was right. Okay.
There may be some sort of change happening.
They need to. This girl's at 100 and almost 30 pitches.
He also has a pretty.
Just checking to see if that shoulder's good for Duford.
Because it hit her.
Okay, yeah. But I think we may have a pinch runner situation.
He likes beer.
Thumbs up.
Looks like maybe Madison Hawkins is coming in here to become the pinch runner. Steinmeier comes out.
I would give you my opinion on that. If you tell me why.
If she ends up coming up,
Dissuaded
no, she won't
from-
come up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just need that maybe. Like,
Okay, I'm a guy's girl. What?
that maybe Megan's.
Listen,
Yeah. It should be.
If we were to extend
I'll
this.
figure it out.
So 2 on with nobody out.
No, you wouldn't randomly begin information.
I'll bring up Hannah Cintron.
There's obviously a reason. I know you.
Cintron squares the bunt, puts it down, and it skips past the third baseman's mitt. Sutton can't make the play, and everyone's safe. Bases loaded, nobody out.
You would trust me. I know you. You wouldn't randomly ask
Hang on, 'cause I got more changes happening. Looks like we
because
have a pinch hitter.
2 weeks left.
Maddie Chronic is going to get lifted here for Bailey Davis. Or rather, no.
So you're asking for yourself.
Oh, hang on. Nothing yet. Nope.
It doesn't make me happy. It makes me quite sad that you said nothing.
Good. You shouldn't.
Maddie Chronic is going to stay in. Never mind that.
It doesn't. Listen, I'm a journalist. I asked the hard questions. I'm not. I'm on it.
So bases loaded.
That's fine.
Nobody out. Lions need that tying run at third, and they need that winning run at second.
Jessica,
Hi.
I already told you this.
1-0 after the first pitch.
Says,
Calling you for.
High.
she was calling for her investigative service. Journalistic purposes.
Okay. Wow.
She's writing a hit piece on this kid.
About the girl who got arrested.
Not the girl who got arrested. Not
Not the body.
2-0 pitch. Good hitters count for Chronic, and she takes strike one on the inner half of the plate.
Let's read about it more.
Last night. Christina. It was on Yik Yak and then got taken down.
2-1.
It's the hot
Big looping drop ball finds its way at the top of the zone, so now that'll even up the count. 2-2. A Lion at every base. Just need that runner in from second. It was a good job by the Lions in the top half of the inning to strand the bases loaded. Now they have the bases loaded here. Got to cash in. Got to end this one and take game one. That one off the hands and spun foul. Despite the best efforts of Ware, she can't collect it.
She's at 133 pitches, if you wanted to say that. Yeah.
It's just Danielle. There's no Joe and there's no Tim. Yes.
2-2 in the dirt. Ball 3. Wouldn't mind a walk in for that tying run.
Above my pay grade. I just said figuring the logistics out is above my pay grade.
3-2. This one's driven to left center field. That's down for a base hit. One's going to come home, and that will tie up the ball game.
Well, we tied it up.
So Hawkins stays put at third, now with nobody away. The Lions have the winning run so close at third. Jordan Green just put one in the air to center.
I think it's not because but she wouldn't have scored if there wasn't an error. Hold on. It may not be.
Yes, there's another A after this.
Strike.
It may not be until the girl
So
who I
just the
think got the
logistics,
error is on second.
The original schedule, softball games take about 2 hours. So
Okay.
you should have been done by 5.
Okay.
But at this rate, the second game's not going to start until about 4, which means it won't be done until 6. Which is bad.
Strike 2.
I don't know if it is just because she
The
I
crucifixion of 22 college men's lacrosse.
Even if she was excited.
okay. So I
And I
think
get to see Matt.
0-2.
honestly it's not.
This one popped up towards right field. And here comes Hawkins. Now she throws on the brakes. Now she comes on. The throw's wild. And the Lions are going to outlast the Eagles in game one and walk it off 7-6.
Emory's good. Emory's ranked 19th.
Okay. Yep.
A well-fought battle.
Huh.
And hang on a minute. Umpire has come out. We just needed to confirm the safe call. He needed everyone's attention to make sure everyone knew she was safe. All right, game one's in the books, folks. We'll see you in a few for game number 2. Lions take it 7-6.
Okay.
We'll see you in a minute. Watching Piedmont Lions softball on YouTube.